Enterprise Bank was the former Citizens Bank where I started my banking career.
Yes.
Started my banking career as a youth corper in Citizens Bank. It is the same Enterprise Bank that I landed at as the managing director.
CEO.
Yeah.
How did you start? How did you even bear the idea even way back in school?
And say you're a leader of tomorrow.
Yes.
But then I would look at those people, they told us that when we were in there. We were
10, 20, 30, 40, and they're still there.
So yes, I had a lot of energy and I wanted to do things a certain way and I was rude here and I was doing that. Eventually, I was fired.
Were you able to use any of your knowledge in promoting your business?
It's so complicated because I'm such a multifaceted person. I mean, we started in England. Good Hair started in England. Eventually, had to open something in Nigeria.
All hair is processed. You cannot take hair from a donor and put it into your head.
Once you're a public figure, you become a target.
Look at all the companies we started. We have board members from Nigeria, but also from around the world because we want to build world-class companies that outlive us.
Welcome to Omon's Couch, an entrepreneurship and career talk show where we help young entrepreneurs and professionals reach their full potential. My name is Omon Odike, your darling host, and I'll be bringing you amazing guests who have seen it all to educate and inspire you with their stories. Our guest today is the Chief Operating Officer at Imperium Capital Partners, PLC, who previously served as Executive Director, Business Banking at Heritage Bank. She's none other than Mrs. Mary Akpobome. Let's welcome her to Omon's Couch. Oh my God, I have my big six here, Mary. I am so happy to have you here today.
It is my pleasure.
How are you doing?
Very well.
Thank you for all the support you've given me all these years, and thank you for the support of Omon's Couch. I know you've been rooting for me from day one since we launched. And you're here today on Omon's Couch to grace us with your presence and to also inform us and give us all the knowledge you have had for over 3 decades. Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely.
3 decades of work, of career, entrepreneurship, everything bundled in one. Well done, well done, well done. You are the ladies who are breaking the glass ceilings and keep breaking the glass ceilings for all of us to pave a way for all of us to to take on the mantle.
Thank you.
So welcome again to Omon's Couch. I'm happy to have you. So right here we have our viewers. We have one of the most seasoned bankers in the history of Nigeria. We have one of the most powerful entrepreneur as we speak today sitting here. And please put your pen and pen together because we're going to be learning a lot today in terms of your career, or if it's a business you're opening. Just listen, and even if you have already started, this is a show for you to listen to. So, Mary, as we are going to be talking, I'm sure a lot of people want to know the woman behind the brand, Mary Akpobome. I just hope I pronounced your name correctly.
You did well.
Exactly.
You tried.
Okay, I'm sure a lot of people want to know the woman behind this brand. Please speak to us. How did you start your career? What informed you to even go into the banking sector? Because I think that's where you actually started from the early years.
Yes. And it was a surprise because I actually studied theatre arts.
Yes, I noticed.
So what's the correlation between
we both studied in Uniben.
Between finance and theatre arts,
exactly.
So the plan was never to be a banker or anything for that matter. It was that we finished school, the natural place for you to be posted to for your youth service, was NTA. So I got posted.
To NTA?
Posted to NTA,
okay.
Right? And then one of my sisters and my older sister just took a look at me and said, you are not the acting type. Then it was just, you are not the public sector, you are not, you are not all of that.
You're quite reserved.
Yes, come go into banking. I know 1 or 2 people that you can speak with to enable you get an interview. Yes, to join the bank. So went for an interview at the then Citizens Bank.
Okay.
Got interviewed started my career in customer service.
Okay, yes. You start from the grassroots
Yes,
up.
I actually did. I grew through the ranks.
Are you serious?
Yes.
And that's why your knowledge is really
grew through the
entrenched,
ranks.
not just starting from the top.
No, I grew through the ranks. So my youth service was in the bank. customer service, tailoring. So we're counting cash.
Tailoring?
I did everything.
Wow.
Yeah. I had my hands
dirty,
in everything. Yes. So went in for the interview, got retained, got the job, and that's how I started my banking career. And thereon just absolutely loved it. Absolutely enjoyed banking. You know.
So you just forgot about your theater acts immediately?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Let's also chip in that what they were paying youth corpers was significantly more than what NTA was going to pay me.
Oh my God. I have always been drawn by the money.
That added
Show
up.
me the money.
That added up. That added up. You know. And I stayed on.
Like I said, lady. Were you working in Lagos?
That was in Lagos.
Okay.
So I started out in Lagos in Citizens Bank, customer service. It was a rapidly growing bank, and the team thought that I was doing a great job. So each time a new branch is about to be opened, I would be sent in for a 6-month, typically of about a 6-month period.
To do what?
To kickstart the branch. So work with you know, vendors, ensure everything is okay, set up the customer service desk, run it over, let's say, like I said, 3 to 6 months, and come back to the head office. Another location opens, and then so I'm moving from Apapa to Port Harcourt, I'm moving from Port Harcourt to Lagos, I'm moving from there to Idumota, I'm moving from there to Abuja.
So you have done it all.
Yes, so at a point I was then called the ambassador, customer service ambassador. You know. Which stemmed from just being great at relating with people. I love people.
I know.
I love people.
I know.
You know, I respect and I honor people. Nothing to do with your title, but as long as you're a creation of God, I just love people.
Yes, I know. Like, I'm a living example of that. You
and it
would
would show,
to anyone
and it would show
at any level.
You know, in my work in customer service. So anytime it's time to leave that branch, okay, like I said, typically back to the head office, waiting for the next branch to open. It would be such an emotional, you know, thing for both the staff and the customers.
To let you go.
Yes, you know, so stayed on, and then at some point settled in the head office. But you know, as you're going through the ranks, the next natural place to move to is marketing. So I moved from customer service.
In the banking sector.
In the banking sector.
Yes.
In the banking sector. So I moved from customer service to private wealth management, and there honed my marketing skills, you know, my career in marketing in the bank, then just took it from there, and from then on just grew
from one bank. I mean, after you grew into the ranks, and you also moved from one bank to the other till you now actually were one of the founding members of Heritage Bank.
Yes.
And I mean, I was opportunity to see you firsthand.
Okay.
Yes, actually working even before you. Have you forgotten when we came?
Yes.
I mean, then you were doing vendor selections.
Yes, of course.
So we had to go through you. I saw you working with so many different portfolios. We're just watching you because then the bank has not yet kick-started. You're just getting the formulation, just putting people in place. So it looks like, I mean, it's obvious that your background and all the different levels of your banking trajectory led you to where you are today, which you honed all your skill, honed everything you wanted to do to form a new bank. And how did that go?
It went really well.
Yes.
It went really well.
And it was crazy. People shook the banking sector when it opened.
We absolutely did. It was fantastic. Its
service was mad.
Yes. Starting a new thing is very exciting for me. Yeah. So, and maybe just to roll back a little, when I left Citizens Bank, I went to Platinum Bank.
Yes.
Right? Platinum Bank acquired Habib Bank. We became Bank PHB.
Bank PHB, yes.
So therein, I got first-hand experience in mergers and acquisition.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So, getting into Societe Generale Bank, okay, which then became Heritage Bank, was then a bit of an acquisition, both of systems, of some people that were still there, and customers. You know, customers who had their deposits in the bank that they had thought had gone under, you know, so it was just, but it was really exciting to build from scratch. Okay, well, from near scratch, but it was very exciting to build.
I know.
You know, and then we went on to acquire Enterprise Bank, where I was then assigned to go run the bank. So I was the MD of Enterprise Bank for about a year. Yeah. So that experience from the bank PHB
gave you the leverage.
Yes. So all of that put together, it's been exciting.
I can imagine.
It has been exciting.
And I mean, for me and for everybody, it was a wonderful success story till you had to leave the bank. And you had a successful career in the banking sector. And when you were done, you now moved into the Imperium Capital Partners group. And you've been running it as the CEO of the company. How has that been for you?
Started out exciting, okay? But there's just been a bit of challenges here and there.
Okay, share some of these challenges, because it's a new company, but it's relatively new, not so new anymore.
No, it's not. It's not so new. It's not so new. But we came on again with some really lofty dreams, ideas. You know, around investments, around acquisitions, around just enabling companies that are either moribund but have potential move up. Around mostly capital, right?
Yes.
The challenging because of the dearth of capital in the last few years.
Yes.
In the last few years.
Exactly.
Okay. So anywhere between
with the inflation rate moving over 4% now, it's crazy.
Exactly.
I don't even know who is even funding those kind of projects anymore.
Absolutely. And you don't want to take on foreign exchange capital
because of the devaluation of Naira.
And then your earnings is in your local currency. You don't want to do that. Okay. So yes, we've not grown as big as we had hoped projected as at right now, but we're
still
clearly
coasting and doing
well. Absolutely. You keep going.
Yes.
You keep
I mean, that's the life of an entrepreneur. Nothing goes so smoothly. When the season comes, it comes. When it goes up again.
Yes.
So what would you say you have been able to take from the banking sector and all your experience through the financial institution into this company? What would you say you have been able to do?
Just that experience again of managing people and managing institutions, because at some point I was also managing the corporate
high net worth customers.
So from the high net worth individuals to big companies, okay, to conglomerates, right? Helping them through obviously their growth, okay? And how do you grow without finance? So ultimately that experience, you also bring to the fore here. Still back to strategic thinking for companies, for businesses, depending on where they are in their trajectory, okay? Startup, are you at the growth level, or you are at the point when you are sort of stagnated and you need us to be able to come in and help rebuild and move you to your own next level. So that experience, and in life typically no experience is lost.
No,
you just also never know when you are going to need it.
Yes.
You never know when you are going to need it.
In fact, it's always like a 360 degree. It always comes around.
Yes.
You must find, you always find where you plug it.
Correct.
And I think most people, when you find out, you're like, oh, you smile and like, oh, I like that. And look at how good it is right now.
Yes.
Yeah, I have those moments. Come and go. And you also help, you're thankful that you actually have information before you.
So you're faced with a situation and you remember that, oh, okay. This is why
you did
this is why that happened, so that today I can apply
it and
apply that
happen
knowledge.
again.
Yes.
If it's a bad issue.
Yeah.
Okay, so through your banking career, taking you back to the banking career, is there any regrets that you have in terms of anything that may have happened within the banking sector? If you're free to share, you can share.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Regrets?
Any regrets?
None.
None. You'll still do everything the same way you have done?
No, I would learn.
In hindsight?
In hindsight, I would have learned from some things. I would have learned not to do certain things the same way, but I'd rather not use the word regret.
Okay.
I think maybe that's
okay,
maybe
that's
it's the word.
Different.
Yes.
So it's not that there may be one or two things that you may have done differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, again in life, typically there are always those moments when you look back and you're like, should probably have made more investments in foreign currency.
Exactly.
I should probably have done this. I should, I'm just,
an example.
Yes, I know. So it's. I wouldn't use the word regret. It would be that okay, there would have been one or two things that one would have done differently for maybe a different outcome. In a particular situation, but nothing that I would sit back and regret. That's a waste of time.
Exactly. Well done, well done. I'm sure people are listening and learning. Okay, now it takes me to where you are currently. Now you're running this company and you said you're having challenges. What have you put in place to ensure that you mitigate against maybe risk, or you mitigate against issues or things that would even stop from growing? Because some companies, especially some financial companies, after a certain period during their life cycle, if it's not properly managed, you find out that they just close shop.
Yeah.
And I know, knowing you, Mary, I know that would never happen, even on your work. But what have you done to ensure that that doesn't happen, even in this trying period?
You don't close shop. You just find a different way or different ways of doing things, as you still look out for the outcome that you were always planning for. Okay. Right?
So you just stay focused?
Yes, of course. So you still keep your eye on the ball. You still keep your eye on the goal. Okay? You're just going through a different path.
To get to the same
to get to that
same goal.
To that same goal. Okay? You know that eventually that you're going to get there, right? But there are present day challenges.
Yes, economic issues, global issues.
Global issues.
Yes,
okay,
global issues, yes. Because that's where you play mostly.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. There's a global downturn.
Yes.
So when people are complaining about, I'm like, can you calm down?
It's everywhere.
Yes. Right now, the guys in Israel and Gaza want to eat. They're not talking about growing a company.
Exactly.
So you are not that you're not that worse off. Yes. You're not that bad. Okay. But what is it that you are doing on a daily that is keeping the company going? That is keeping the staff.
So what are those things you can advise people?
Okay. So those things are, there's a big picture, but there are smaller businesses that is still keeping,
that makes sense.
Yes. Some flows coming into the company. It's not as big as you had
projected,
hoped. Projected, but it's enough to sustain you while you are again still keeping your eye on the ball, on the big picture.
So at this point, are you saying that they should try to be innovative, think about maybe little projects, smaller things, smaller wins?
Yes. Low-hanging fruits.
Low-hanging fruits. I think that makes more sense now.
Yeah. So what
looking at the big picture, of big projects.
Absolutely.
So don't
take your eye away from the big project. Okay. So that when the opportunity presents itself for that to happen, you are still ready. You're still ready. But in the meantime, please take on smaller projects that is keeping you going, that is still keeping the company
going. And putting on the lights.
Yes.
As the same.
Yeah. So that's what people give up when that big picture.
They can't reach it.
You can't reach it.
And they are consumed with the feeling that there's a failure of some sort.
And you haven't failed. Just look at the smaller. Even if you have to go back down, there's nothing wrong with going back down
Nothing at
and
all.
taking it back
up again
from there, rather than giving up completely. So you're not
That's
dead.
Profound.
You're not dead.
You're
so
not dead. It's only the dead that have no hope.
Why are you giving up? So.
Yes, that's a very profound message to all our viewers. I mean, in the economic downturn, everybody's experiencing it. People are even far worse than we are.
I'm taking a pay cut.
Yes, exactly. I mean, you have to take a pay cut, for example.
Absolutely.
You just have to, as I say, tighten your belt during this period and stay on, because if you remove your eyes on the ball, as you mentioned, you will not know when the big picture actually comes, or that your big project, big goal that you want to achieve.
I agree.
But in the meantime, focus on making sure you put on the light by doing all the smaller projects that can add up to at least sustain the business while in the downturn.
Yes.
And another thing I can add to what you have said is that, I mean, any business that knows its salt and its worth should also save for rainy days. You don't eat your capital, eat your profit, eat everything, and remove everything out of the business.
I agree.
Because these are the periods whereby those funds and those, you know, resources can be channeled into sustaining the business.
I agree.
And that is really critical. And I think that habit that a lot of entrepreneurs have not still imbibed.
It's true.
And they look at people. Somebody may see me, for example, or look at you. Let me even use you. Okay, let me use myself.
Use you.
If you're enjoying this episode already, I want you to take a moment to please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave your aha moments in the comment section below. We would love to engage with you. Okay, let's get back to the show. And see me, dressed like this and all that. I'm thinking, she's spending money. Let me still do the same thing and all that. They don't know what you're carrying. And you measure up and use your own life savings and do the same thing.
Same thing.
I may be sustaining myself and be wondering, why am I sustaining? Because I am doing according to what I have.
Yes.
Or I'm measuring at, or I know what I'm looking at, you know. But some people may not look at that.
Yes.
They just look at just one side and leave the other.
Yeah.
So this is just a simple analogy. Just live within your means at every given point in time. And I think I'm a big player of reserves. Always have reserve, a big advocate for reserve, and some people will say investment.
Yeah.
But I also do reserve and investment.
And
because
investment.
of the kind of business I do.
Yeah.
You must have liquidity to be able to run your business.
Correct.
If not, there's nothing to run.
Yeah.
If there's no liquidity, there's nothing to run based on the type of business I do.
Yeah.
Some other people may not need that, but mine needs that. So I always make sure I think of the rainy day.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that knowledge. But now I'm going to go into another question. As you've been working in your company, Imperium Capital Partners, what are the challenges you face aside from the economic downturn? What have you seen, especially in that financial market, that is peculiar to that market? Let's leave all the issues concerning the global issues, the economic issues, inflation, devaluation of Naira. Okay, maybe I'm now thinking that these are all the issues.
You're answering all the questions. You've answered the question.
There must
You've
be
answered
something.
the question yourself.
There must be other things that are peculiar to that industry for others who are going into it to be mindful of. Those other ones, I think they are quite obvious, and we are experiencing them in real time.
Yeah.
So what are the other things people should be mindful if they are going into this kind of business? Maybe from the point of view of going into this business.
Yeah. Be a lot more discerning when going through client proposals and propositions. What you see is sometimes not always what you get at the end of the day.
Yes,
you know,
I
you need
imagine.
to be, you need to
Due
diligence a lot more now, more than ever. Now more than ever, you know, a lot of due diligence. But I actually think that the industry is going to experience a better turn.
Okay. In this season?
In this season. In the short term.
Okay.
Because I have faith in the present leadership of the central bank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
so I believe that. So the only thing that I would advise anybody, whether you're in or you're about to, go into, is to do the right thing. Do the right thing first time and all the time. Obey the regulation as it is out there first time and all the time. Okay, and don't get carried away. You're dealing with people's monies; they're not yours. Okay, a lot of times
people take people's money. I think it's theirs.
No. It is called depositors' funds for a reason.
Yes,
it's not yours. You're just an intermediary.
Yeah.
You know, so stay disciplined, right?
I think that's the moral ethics of people.
Yeah. Stay disciplined. So where we are now as an industry is going to get better as regulations are tightening and we are then forced to. So even if you were not planning to, you are going to be forced to do the right
based
thing.
on the new CBN guidelines that will soon be rolled out.
In a short while, yes, it's important that we acknowledge where we are right now, which is that we're in very challenging times, which I equate to a 9-month pregnancy. You don't get pregnant in month 1 and give birth after. So this is the time, again, like we said, belt tightening, discipline, consistency, and wait through those 9 months. If you are to get what I would call sustainability, sustainable growth. Not the sort of there's a lot of
growth.
Yes, there's a lot of I would call maybe flip-flop of financing going on. You can't plan properly right now because you don't know when where inflation is going to be, you don't know where rates are going to be, you don't know when, But I believe that in a very short time we are going to come into some sort of an equilibrium.
I pray so.
I believe
on a strong note.
I believe
the numbers are not showing that as of today.
Yes, that's what I said. So today you are getting pregnant today. That's what I mean.
Today is the first day month of pregnancy.
Okay. So let's give it some time. Okay, you don't put a seed in the ground
and expect it to come out. Yeah.
Okay, you stay the course and water it. Okay, and then just wait, nurture it, and wait for the harvest. The policies and regulations that are coming through right now, we will see the results, okay? And it will
you're a financial guru, so I guess you've seen these policies and you've not really, the policies are out there for everybody to see.
They're out there for everybody to see.
You've been able to analyze them with your expertise.
Yes. So it would take, not as long term, not as short term. I think that in the medium term, I think in a matter of 12, 18 months. Okay, we will see, we will see some positive impact that can then set us onto sustainable growth.
That would be very good to hear and see.
The main thing for me being sustainable
growth.
Okay, how do you achieve that sustainability?
Okay.
It is by being able to have some predictability around what you're doing.
Yes. Not today.
Not today, your interest rate is 22%, and then you wake up, it's 32. Okay. Or you wake up, FX is at 1,900, and then it's at 1,004. Or it's at 1,005. We want to, we want that stability that will enable us
to plan.
Yes, that will enable us to plan. That will enable the average entrepreneur to be able, to plan. Even infrastructure-wise, speaking to entrepreneurs, okay, I am in that space. I hope that the people in real estate, leadership,
the leadership you're talking about.
No. Just general entrepreneurs. Everybody that is has need for all of our infrastructure, from power to roads to transport and things like that. Yes, of course. Everyone is complaining. I'm just hoping that the leadership in those areas are also coming up with the right sort of policies that will ensure that, again, when we get it right, fiscal and monetary, we're also getting it right here. So together we can all grow. We can all move.
Hopefully.
Move up.
I hope your prediction it will work out. I mean, I know
I'll remind you.
You're just, I'm not holding you to it. You're not the government, but at the end of the day, it's a ray of hope.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that we can hold on for the next 18 months and see how it goes, because truly the economy is not looking good, it's not smiling. And I wouldn't even want to go, and we're even the people who are even thriving in terms of our businesses and all that. It's still going. The fact that you're still putting on your lights and you're still having your office and you're running business and some income is coming in, you're one of the good ones.
Yes.
Then those who haven't even tried to do anything at all, I can't do anything because of the resources at their disposal. Then those who are really dying, and those are the ones that I really have a lot of pain for. And I know you are a woman of faith, also a woman who gives back to the society. And I know you set up a co-founder of one of the organizations, the Purple
Girl Foundation,
to empower women.
Yes.
So talk to us about it.
It's the Purple Girl Foundation, purely targeted at the girl child.
Yes.
So we take on indigent girls, as many as we can every year, and sponsor them from whatever school year we take them on till they finish university. So we pay their fees. So we're hinged on 4 pillars. We pay your fees. We provide all the school resources that you need. So your school bags, your school bags, your uniforms, your bag, your water bottle, your books, you know, and all of that.
And to university, the end of university.
All the way till you finish.
Wow,
yes,
that's
till
fantastic.
you finish university. Yes. We provide health insurance for all our girls because we found out that these children leave school because of 200 naira paracetamol. And they can't.
When you say leave school, like
they
walk away from school to go and get treatment. Okay.
Because they're ill and they cannot afford paracetamol. Their parents cannot afford paracetamol. So we thought, okay, don't tell us that you had to flunk out of school that we've paid fees for because you couldn't afford paracetamol. Okay. So we get health insurance for all of them. Our 4th pillar is on educating them on different aspects, okay, of STEM. We have sessions on STEM. Sessions on leadership. We have sessions on female reproductive systems and things like that. So we have sessions in different parts where we pull in the girls into a hall and just get 1 or 2 people to come speak with them around those things that are not taught in your typical 4 walls
of school.
Of school. And thus far, we've proudly gotten 12 girls out of university.
From start to finish?
No. So we started.
Halfway.
Yes. So we started the foundation 5 years ago.
Okay.
Okay. So like I said, we take on at any level. Yes, at any level. But you finish school till you finish university. So far we have 12 girls that have graduated. We have over 100 girls in school.
Oh, that's fantastic!
Right now.
Well done. And that's something to be proud of.
It's easily it's easily one of the most fulfilling.
I know the
one of the most fulfilling things that we have done. Okay, and of course I have to thank our friends and partners because we can't do it. We can't do it alone. We can't do it alone.
Wow.
So we have
well done.
Of people who give us some of those resources, like the books. You know, the companies who just print the books and give to us, brand the bags and give to us. Some give us outright cash, and that's been very, very helpful.
Well done. Well
Thank
done.
you.
I mean, I see some of your flyers. For some reason, I have not been involved, but please count me as part of the next one. I don't know when you're having the next one, but definitely for 2024, I'll be part of it.
I will.
Let me just know on time, because I love things of impact and try to give as much as I can at every given point in time. Well done. So you have heard her story. She's talking about banking, finance from theater, which she never did, and became a financial guru, became now running a finance company and doing so well, but now she's still giving back. I mean, that's the life of somebody who has led it so well. So now, with all these accolades on your table, on your feet, I know you have not stopped there. I know there's still so much more for you to achieve. But before I get there, how have you been able to juggle your family? I know you have a large family, 5 children, and your popular husband, Alibaba, and yourself. How have you been able to juggle everything and all the extended family and all those who depend on you? Because I know you have a lot of people depending on you. How have you been able to manage it all?
Everyone in my community, I would call all of these people members of my community in one way or the other. They know me and I know them. We love each other. We love each other.
Have no choice.
Yes, we love each other very deeply. So we understand each other. So in each of those categories of people that you've mentioned, that is family, extended, friends, acquaintances, you know, I usually would say that I compartmentalize every unit.
Okay, that's how you handle yours.
Yes.
I would love to hear the story.
Yeah, I compartmentalize every unit. My children are in a unit. My husband is in a unit. My friends are in a unit. My siblings, my nieces, my nephews, they are all in different units. My friends are in a unit, okay? And in each unit, I'm a very intentional person.
You're very what?
Intentional person.
Intentional person. Okay.
I try to live my life very intentionally. Okay. So in each unit, I give of myself what I can give of myself at its best.
At the time.
At the time. Right? And what I mean by my community know me and I know them, they know that if I'm giving of you, let's assume it is just being, let's assume giving of you means making a phone call. Yeah. Right? Let's use that as an example. It means that if I call you once a week or respond to your call 2 days after, it's not like I feel any less about it. It just means that that is the amount of time that I have for you. And at that point in time, that is 100% of myself that I'm giving to you.
And they know it.
And you know it.
So everything, this is a different way.
And you know it.
So my question would be, how did you get everybody to understand and know you like that in such a way that they don't get disgruntled that you're spending too much time with any of the different buckets and units?
Okay, well, because over the years I would have built the sort of relationship, okay, that we trust each other and what we are both bringing into each other's lives. Do you understand?
Yes.
And like I said, that you don't see me that often doesn't mean I love you any less, or that you see me that often means that I love you any more, right?
Yes.
And where somebody feels, to use your word, disgruntled, that I'm spending more time with X more than you are a member of my community that is about to be chalked out.
Exactly, I was going to say you don't qualify anymore.
No. That is time for you to begin to think about leaving, leaving the community. You need to leave that community because in that community or in that compartment,
you should know.
Yes, you should know.
You should just know.
You should know. In that compartmentalization is also myself, and I have the biggest compartment. Because I have to be okay for everybody else to be.
Join us on Omon's Couch, where inspiration meets action. If you are a remarkable entrepreneur or a career giant with a unique story to share, we want to hear from you. Become our guest on Omon's Couch and empower others with your journey, experiences, and valuable insights. Use the link provided in the description below to apply for yourself or nominate someone who deserves to be on this show. Let's inspire together. Fine. Have you always thought like that?
No, I haven't always thought like that.
Most women do not.
No, I haven't always thought like that. It was always other people before myself.
Yes.
Right? I would answer a call at 2 a.m. Customers will call at 2 a.m. Friends will call at 2 a.m. Why are you calling at 2 a.m.? You know. And now the phone is not even available for you to be calling me at 2 a.m.
again.
You know. So it's now, like I said, now being...
How long? How many years ago did you realize that you need to take care of yourself? Because
actually, only
this is very critical.
Actually, only 5 years ago.
Exactly, I know.
Yeah.
I think mine is relatively the same too.
Yeah, only 5 years ago. I typically always used to live my life for others.
Everybody.
For everybody.
I know that for a fact.
For everybody but myself, you know. So if you know me that well, and you know that that's who I have been, okay, and therefore what you were expecting you are not getting just as much, and that gets you miffed, you're not a nice person.
Then you should not be in the community at all.
Yes.
You've been sacked.
You know, you need to understand. You need to understand that there is me. And there is all of me that needs my own wholesomeness. Okay?
There's all of you that needs that wholesomeness.
My wholesomeness.
That sounds very powerful and profound.
My wholesomeness. It really could mean shutting down for a day or two. It really could mean just taking myself out. It could mean anything.
But as long as what you want to do.
It is what I want to do.
What got you to this space? This was just 5 years ago. Yes, something must have been. There must have been a pivotal moment or a wake-up call or something that made you feel that it's time. Because a lot of women are in this space and are still struggling with this space.
So without expatiating too much, I would say betrayals. Okay. Is
I don't want to figure it.
Yes, don't yeah. So don't try to figure it. Okay.
Betrayals can make you feel okay.
Yeah. It can make you want to step back.
Yes, and think
say,
of yourself.
Okay.
Makes sense.
You know, it was also, again, looking at the fact that I'm not getting any younger. Right?
Which is true.
So yes,
wellness.
None of us is. Okay, so it's important to be able to take that time out and take care of yourself.
Mental health issues, everything.
Absolutely. So it wasn't like there was one big thing, that happened.
But the no-brainer, it just had to happen.
Yes, it's something that at some point
had to happen.
At some point had to happen and has to happen. So for anyone out there,
and I'm sure you are very happy now.
The sooner you make it happen. I wish I was in this space
much earlier.
Much earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, it's not that I wouldn't have still given of myself. I would have just taken care of myself a bit more.
Yes.
A bit more. So even work-wise, even career-wise.
I
recall going on. I'm on holiday. I'm with my family at Disney. And everybody's hopping around, and the laptop in front of my iPad is in front of me. I'm not even kidding you. No, that bad.
In Disney?
Yes.
Where did you find the space?
And
they did not hold you?
They're grounds.
Okay.
Oh, and they know. So you see, again, that's the point. Okay. My family they'll just look at me and be like, "Are we at work, or we are on holiday?" And with time, they're like, "See, just leave her. You see that 9 to 5 of Lagos? Yes. She's still going to be doing that 9 to 5 here.
So they just got used to it.
Yes. So everybody just got used to the fact that she just works. I really would just work. I know when I leave home, I don't know when I get back. Truth be told, I know when I leave home, I don't know when I get back.
No, you really need a call. You really needed to recalibrate yourself and get back to some normalcy.
Some normalcy.
Wow.
Some normalcy. And if work calls on Saturdays and...
Oh, definitely. I work late too, but I think yours is just an extreme situation.
And this was even more so at the very highest level
of your career,
of my career.
Yes. So I think it's Heritage Bank.
Yes.
So like that.
Yeah. So Heritage Bank, Enterprise Bank. Like I said, going on to Enterprise Bank as a managing director of the bank. Now, let's also put in context. Enterprise Bank was the former Citizens Bank where I started my banking career.
Yes.
Started my banking career as a youth corper in Citizens Bank. It is the same Enterprise Bank that I landed at as the managing director.
CEO. Yes.
So first day I got there was very surreal. I had tears in my eyes. I literally went into the bathroom to sort of clean my eyes. I could remember where I used to sit as the customer service officer.
Same space.
Same space, same office.
Oh, same office.
Same
not
office.
Just, oh my God.
Same office.
I'm having chills.
Same building.
I can imagine.
Yeah, structural changes, but same building, right?
Wow.
It was very surreal for me, And then I see people who I used to work with, some of whom were my seniors at the time.
And now,
that were now
reporting to
me. Okay, that taught me huge lessons. I had to relearn I had to relearn people management and relationships all over again. all over again. How do I make these people comfortable?
Exactly.
But I did my best.
I know.
I did my best.
No, but you know you have a natural knack for relationships.
Yeah, I did my best. I ensured that everyone...
You don't need to go to Harvard to learn it. You already have it.
No.
Some people have it.
Yeah.
And you are one of those people.
You know.
Yeah.
So I ensured everyone...
But you had to intentionally call it up.
No, it had to be deliberate.
Call it up so that you don't ruffle feathers and make them feel uncomfortable. And I know that kind of feeling. If they're uncomfortable, they will maybe even start resigning. Resigning is not the saddest part. It's more of good people just going because they feel you're on top of them and all that.
Yes. But that was the good part. I'll tell you the hard part. The hard part was having to let people go.
Oh, because of the merger, people had to go.
Tough decisions had to be taken. Very tough decisions of letting people go. Like I said, these were my friends, some were my bosses, some were my contemporaries, some were my juniors, you know. But don't also forget that I'm primarily a staff of Heritage Bank, and in this merger, okay, there has to be, yes. So while that was tough, imagine also having to let go of some Heritage Bank people as well.
On the other side.
On the other side.
Yeah, because you have to pick the best on both sides and form one
entity. Absolutely. So
I never want to be caught there.
Yeah. So yes, you want everyone to feel comfortable, but as a leader, you also need to know when to take the right decision, no matter how tough.
Yes.
No matter how tough it is.
Beautiful. Their story has been remarkable. Beautiful story. I think I would like you to tell our viewers whether they are running a career, they're running a business, whatever they're doing, what would you advise them, especially with the economical situation or even generally? What do you advise them to do?
That's a session that should run for 2 days.
Just like 3 points.
That in itself.
No, it's just a 3-point thing, guide, just to say.
3 points?
Yes.
Discipline. Consistency. Honesty. If you wanted to take 3 points, which, like I said, we can spend 2 days.
2 days talking about this.
But
so you have to be
discipline to stay the course.
Yes.
Discipline to take tough decisions. Discipline to change, discipline to learn, because this is a time to learn.
I know.
And unlearn. This
Exactly.
is not the time to say we've been doing this. We've been doing this all the while. No. This is not the time. This is the time to be flexible.
Yes, innovative.
Yes. Okay. Consistency in staying the course. Like I said, that's where I'm going. I planned to go this way, but I'm consistent in my focus.
Path,
in my path. And honesty. Okay, you gave an example of someone looking at you and thinking, oh, Omon is, and I want to be like her. Are you honest with yourself in knowing that you don't have the capacity to be Omon?
To do it,
okay, but you have your own authentic self that you ought to be, right?
And shine through it.
And be you, all right? So if we have to take 3, it would be
those 3.
It would be those 3. Would probably just add one and say, we talk a lot about role modeling and mentorship and things like that.
Yes.
I didn't have mentors.
Me too.
You know, I didn't have mentors at all. But I had role models.
Exactly.
Okay.
Same here.
And I still do. Many of whom don't know me. Okay. Yeah. But I have role models.
You just admire them and you follow some things that they
Correct.
do. I do that.
I don't take all of you because I don't know all of you. Okay. But I look at who you are. I look at certain things and I'm like, that's worth. That's worth. That's worth. Okay. So role modeling is a very powerful tool. Very powerful.
I think you're the first person who has actually said something that I really like when it comes to this mentorship, coaching, and thing. Because everybody mentor. It's not like a buzzword. It's not even making sense anymore.
Yeah.
If you really look at life, especially our own generation, more like, it's a lot of us didn't have mentorship because we didn't know what those things even meant.
No.
Even when we had people who had that position in our lives.
Correct.
So we just looked at them like role models. And I think you're the first person who has actually broken it down for me and explained that there's role model, which does exactly the same thing, and there's mentorship. I choose to go with the role model status.
Absolutely.
calling somebody your mentor, not really. It's okay for if those that it works for. If it works for you, it's fine.
By all means.
But I find that, in fact, for me, I think it's a crazy example. I feel like if I call you a mentor, I call another mentor, then people will be like, how many mentors do you have? Because I may call almost 20 people. So let me just leave that word.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of people and I admire them.
Absolutely.
And I think role model makes it beautiful because you can have as many role models as possible.
Absolutely.
But my very last question I'm going to be asking you, we are not yet done. I know time is not in our favor.
No, it's fine.
Is what legacy are you leaving behind? Ooh. What do you want to be known for? And what do you want people to remember you for in 100 years to come?
That when I came into your space, I lit it up. That when I come into, I believe that everyone that I meet on a daily, there's a reason why God kept that person along that path for me to meet, right? And it's important that I can make an impact on that person that is positive. Am I going to ever see that person again in my life? Most likely not.
Exactly.
Okay? But am I able to sit back and believe that, oh, I was able to impact that little girl
with something.
Yeah. I've been blessed with what I call wealth. That isn't necessarily money.
Money, I know.
With wealth. So I'm high on smiles, I'm high on hugs, I'm high on encouragement, and I'm high on inspiring people and just
that
letting people know
living testimony of it.
That their best versions are in front of them. If your best version is in front of you, you won't give up. Because tomorrow is going to be better.
Exactly.
So why would you give up on today? Why would you give up on yourself? Why would you give up on Nigeria? Why would you give up on your community? No, tomorrow is going. It is going to be. It's not I think. It is going to be better.
Amen.
and that for me is how I would like,
to be seen,
to be remembered. That, oh, she impacted me in this way, she helped in this way, she supported in this way, or when I had this whatever, just that hug she gave me, just that advice, that she gave me helped turn around my life, my career, my business.
So when you come, when people come across you, they must take something away.
Absolutely.
That is positive.
Yes.
So we call that, the Gen Zs, we call that positive vibes.
Okay, so I got positive vibes, right?
Thank you so much, Mommy Mary. No. I know you don't like that at all. Thank you so much, Mary, for the wonderful contribution you've had. A lot of our viewers have listened to you. All my viewers, entrepreneurs, career women, listen. I'm sure you are taking notes. Make sure you don't just listen, but live these truths. Leave these guidelines, and I'm sure things will turn around for you. Not everything is going to continue to be bad and go. We have a downturn. Things will definitely be changing. And if we hold Mary to what she has said, in 18 months, we'll all be smiling. So join me in this. We're going to hold her. So look for her to hold. 18 months' time, Nigeria will be okay. The global economy will be okay, and we'll be ready. But regardless, we all know that even if we don't even use her timelines, we know that anything that goes up will surely come down. Anything that has bad will still turn around.
Correct.
When you understand those principles, you just know that things only happen for a moment and there are seasons. This too shall pass. So let's continue to watch Omon's Couch. And we're going to the fun segment of this show. And I'm going to be asking Mary a very simple trivial question. And I'm hoping she will be able to answer it. Very short question for that matter.
Okay.
What is the most common letter in the English language? Found in most English words.
The most common letter in English.
Alphabetical letter.
E.
Exactly. You got it.
I went to a nursery school.
Oh, you went to a nursery school now. Thank you so much, Mary, for coming on Omon's Couch. We are delighted and we're happy to have had you here. And you have shared your wealth of experience as well as your knowledge and everything in between. Thank you so much for having me. I'm grateful. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And I hope you had a wonderful time.
I did, I absolutely did. And of course, you know
and thank you for your continuous support. I haven't even said that.
Not at all.
Continuous support. And I know you are there behind closed doors, pushing on and cheering me on.
Of course.
And thank you. And I know it. And I hope I'm also one of you in one of those your buckets.
Yes.
Because I was going to ask you when we were talking.
You are.
I'm one in that bucket. So I hope
that's why even when we don't see each other, we know that we love each other. Isn't it?
I was going to make that reference. We actually just said it at the door.
No,
like regardless of
that's
whether
what
we
it
haven't
is.
seen. I always love people who don't start, start getting angry, but you just naturally said, I'm okay and I'm fine. Thank you.
My absolute pleasure to be on Omon's couch.
Thank you.
And always a delight anyway to be in your presence. You know that.
You.
My queen.
Thank
always
you so
a delight.
Much. Thank you so much.
Okay, so thank you for having me.
Thank you
for having me.
Love you. For watching Omon's Couch, I'm sure you're eager for another inspiring story. So click here to watch another episode or click here to subscribe. I will see you in the next video.